What's up, everybody? Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers, back on the uh, Corvette build. Now, you probably have already noticed some just a few little differences. So, really big news, really awesome news, and kind of somewhat mediocre news. The awesome news is the new update went through with the graphical overhaul, so we've got all these new blocks. They look way better, way more graphically pleasing, and all that good stuff. That is great, except for what it breaks, which is, as you can see, a lot of the doors and stuff and things. So, yeah. Mostly mods, obviously, because all the vanilla stuff has been overhauled by the devs. So the mods kind of broke a little bit. Now, with that said, the kind of mediocre news is you'll notice we are very non-corner lit. You know, all the lighting we did in the last couple of episodes, gone. So, what has transpired? And it took me a minute to figure out. When I first started recording, or went to record rather, I booted up the game and it said one of your world's files is corrupted, blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, good gravy, awesome. So I loaded it, crashed, and I'm like, great. So I was thinking to myself, well, it's probably just a bug in the new patch with all the new blocks and things, so we'll just wait for a hotfix. And I was waiting, and then it dawned on me, you know, in this update, they not only added all of these new blocks, but they merged corner blocks, or corner lights, into the vanilla base game. And it got me thinking, I bet you, since it was actually the modder, I believe, I forget their name, but the modder that did the corner lights that worked with them to integrate it, I imagine it's conflicting with their mod, formerly their mod. This is actually kind of cool looking. I'm not gonna lie. That like solid blue interface kind of, or purple. Nah, I thought it was blue. Boo. Blue looked better. Oh, it's because of my blue lighting. Whoops. Anyways, so when I removed the corner light and corner LCD mods, which they also incorporated into the base game, then the world loaded, which is great, but purple stuff. So, there's two ways we can go about this. One, we can leave most of this the way that it is until the mods are updated, which I'm sure they will be, except for some of these I don't... Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, these mods have been around for a while, and the developers may not be working on them, so I don't know that they'll ever be updated or not. Well, that's depressing. Anyways, so... yeah, so that's kind of what's going on here. Now, I also wanted... Ooh, you know what? I never really took a look at the rest of the ship. Hey, purple wheels. Woohoo! Let's turn that on. All of this is purple. I imagine, I'm not 100% positive, but I imagine it's because the mods were using some kind of file for the texture that was from the vanilla blocks and then overriding that texture but keeping the name the same. Is my guess. I'm not a modder, so I don't know. But I could totally see that happening, and then when they updated the mods, or the base game, those files may not be around for them to manipulate anymore. Is kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, no, not my armor ramps. Not my armor ramps! Ah. That's great. Oh, that's funny. It looks horrible, but funny. Wow. You know what? When we actually are done with this ship, and I'm gonna upload it to the workshop, I should probably go through and make a version of it that has all this purple all over it, but actually paint it that way, and just be like, remember when... yeah, that might be a screenshot right there, is what that might be. That totally could be the thumbnail for this episode. That would be hilarious. You gotta love updates. I mean, it's what you get. You're working with an alpha game. It's not a done deal. Okay, so Now, on to the actual stuff and things. Now, there's some interesting stuff and things going on here. Actually, let me go ahead and grab... I'm trying to... They did a new feature. Whoa. That was weird. They did a new feature where the game automatically detects what grid it's on, which is cool. But I haven't really worked with it a whole lot. Okay, so that changed. So that's a large grid. So let's just place a few blocks down. This is going to be a weird episode. Let me just preface that. This is going to be really weird because I'm basically trying to... Ooh, I like the heavy armor block way better. It looks like they did away with the camo, which is... Oh, finally. For me anyway, I hated that camo look. It was awful. So, what I want to do... Okay, see, this is a new gravity generator texture, model, whatever. However, when we come over here, we're getting the standard looking one. But here's the thing, I've got a lot of mods in this build. I think this is the standard. Isn't that the way it looked before? Maybe that is a little different. I thought that's how it looked before. Anyways, my point is, I've got a lot of mods. I don't know at this point if some of these mods are going to be causing problems. Like, I might be getting this because there is no vanilla model for a small ship, because there still might not be allowed on a small ship for a gravity generator. Or it's because those small mod packs are essentially overwriting the texture, if that makes sense. It's like, because I have a mod that already says what the small gravity generator is, it may be overwriting the new stuff in order to place the modded one. I don't know. Because actually, that looks way better than that one. But I'm not switching to a different block, so it's not like it's the modded gravity generator type of thing. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, as far as any of you out there that are more versed and seasoned in the inner workings and the behind-the-scenes stuff. Let me know if they only changed this for the large, if you can't do a normal vanilla one on a small ship, that's why it's going back to the modded one. Let me know. Same thing with reactors. These are the newer models for reactors, which look kind of cool. But once again, when we come over here, we're going to get the... Well, hold on. I take that back. This one does look different. Okay, so the small reactor is different, and the gravity generator might be. I don't think it is. I think that's the same as it always has. The reactor is definitely different. Okay, now for doors, this is one that concerns me. For doors, we get a really cool model now, which I would totally not mind being in my ship. But when I come over here, we're getting the same old ones that we had before. So again, I don't know if that's a mod pack override or if that's they haven't updated the large or the small ship grid to the newer blocks. I don't know, because I actually really like this one. I would totally be okay. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, that almost looks to be the same size as the small ship one. So it's not even like they changed. Like if you see this, and then when I drop it, it just changes textures. So I'm really not sure. Let me know what you guys think as far as if in your games, when you do a small ship, you know, that doesn't have any mods, are you getting the same type of stuff? But I would totally not mind switching our doors to these, because I like them a lot. The sliding doors... And these have a plus on... This is another weird little... I don't know if it's a bug or not yet. But if you select sliding door, it has a little plus. And when you scroll down, you get sliding door for small ship, large ship, and the regular door. Yet when I scroll, nothing happens. So I don't know if that's a bug or what. I feel like I just placed that in the middle of the air and not like on the grid where it was supposed to be. There we go. Oh, there it is. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so that's the newer blocks there, which do look really good. I like a lot of these newer blocks. The batteries look cool. I didn't really check over here to see... Do I get... Ooh, we do get the new ones. Okay. We might go through and replace our batteries, because that... I like that. That looks cool. Alright. Now, for the flight seat, this is another one of those weird ones. So we have control station, we have flight seat, and then there's passenger seat elsewhere. Which looks like... So, these are really cool. Like, I'm totally okay nixing the azimuth ones that we had in here and going with vanilla now. I never thought I'd say that. Yet, when I come over here, we get these guys. So, yeah. Not really sure. Another way we could check that, I guess. Control state... Yeah, it has small and large. And then flight seat is for large, I guess, so we could only do control stations, but still. Woo! And the passenger seat also kind of looks like a race car seat, which is cool. And then we have the new vanilla corner LCDs and corner lights. Like so. Now, with the LCDs... Ooh, there's flat ones. Now, that's cool. Okay, so you have LCD 1, LCD 2, which is like the up and down, and then you have flat bottom and top. Okay, and with the corner lights, we have the standard corner and the double, and I think we have corner and double on both large and small grids. So there's that. It does seem like they had fixed the bug before, but it does seem like we have the bug again now. We're in a spectator mode. If you're scrolling modes, it does slow your flight speed. So that's a glitch, again, that needs to be removed. And these ramps were all mods, and so were these and all this stuff. So I think these were compact. Oh, you know what? We didn't even look at turrets and weapons and stuff. I didn't even think about that. Weapons. Weapons. So let's go with... I need to find another hotbar. I'm okay with getting rid of all the stuff. I'm not really using much of these. So let's get rid of that. Let's go with Gatling missile interior, and then rocket launchers. And we'll see how those stack up against the smaller versions. Alright, so... The rockets over here don't look that different. They are different. They're more textured, it looks like. Yeah, they got more depth to them. And the turrets now... Okay, that's a missile turret? Wait a minute. Once again, I'm curious. I'm wondering if... Wait a minute. Oh, I see. These are compact ones. Okay. So that's the standard size then. And the missile launchers don't really look that much different, but the base is larger. Okay, so that's the difference between the vanilla ones then. That was confusing for a minute. It looks like they kind of took the ideas from a couple of mods. I don't know if they were, like, in talks about doing that anyway or whatnot. Because these kind of look this... Oh, those are cool looking. And these do have small plugs on the sides. Do the missiles have the same? No, the missiles are on the bottom. Okay, so the missiles have a port on the bottom. The chain guns have one on the bottom, but they also have little ones on the side. Now that's interesting, because we could move, like remove this and move this over a little bit and plug into the side and use the vanilla turrets. In fact, since this is kind of like a screwed up world at the moment that I'm not really too fond of at the moment, as far as like I could make a copy of it and fix things and whatnot, I'm gonna take this guy and remove it. Now, the plug here is the same size, but I would need to move it over because of the size of the actual block. Okay. So if I remove this, That, I believe, is... Oh, right. I can't equip a tool when I'm in spectator mode. Okay, so that's a conveyor tube. So I have two different options here. Let me just tear a hole in this ceiling here. We have two different options, basically. If I were to place this guy right about there, right? And I don't think orientation matters, because... I mean, basically, it's just going to... I kind of want it about there, actually. Basically, I just want it to... It's going to end up rotating anyway, like that. So I don't know that rotation actually matters, but if it does, let's spin it this way, towards facing the default area that we want. Now, I don't actually need this under this panel here, because it's not really plugged in there. Actually, how far off are we? We're only off by... If we brought that in by 1 and then up and then over by 1, it could probably still work. And like I said, all this stuff is open to opinions. Crap, I clipped the wrong block height. Dang it. Alright, get rid of that. Now, we'll do this, and this. So we could put this here, or we could, since all of this is through small conveyor tubes anyway, it's not really going to be doing anything. So we might as well, for just appearances at the moment, I can bring... Let's see, do I have any lining up? I can bring one right there, I guess. Or I could branch one right there, maybe. It depends on how much of a mess I want to make, really. Let's do... Oops. Wait, why is it not selecting my... That's weird. It's not giving me a small conveyor, it's giving me a conveyor tube. That's really funky. Okay, hold on. Where's all my conveyor stuff? Oh, screw it. That's really weird. Why is it giving me that? Huh. Okay. There's that. There's that. Why is that so different? This is odd. We are getting some odd stuff going on here. You gotta love updates. I imagine there will be quite a few little minor patches since they did such a massive one. There's probably quite a bit of this kind of stuff that's broken. Let's grab that. I have no idea. It's saying for small ships. Like there's a list of small ship things as well. But that doesn't look like, Oh, now it works. What? The heck? Oh, now it's not. Okay. Alright, so if I equip a conveyor from the large ship and then go to a small conveyor, now it works. Okay. Interesting. Sure. Why not? Very odd. Very, very odd. So let's place that there. And then we're going to do... Nope. One like this. One like that. That lights up yellow, which means we're good. Now, where is the end of this conveyor at? It's right there. So we're going to poke a hole. Oh, that's in a corner, though. Maybe we won't do that. Let's not do that. Okay, now we're just going to go ahead and fill this back in with blocks, if I can get it to go. Let me turn my lights on so I can see what I'm doing. It's probably not a bad idea. Actually, you know what? It's going to cost more in terms of material, but I don't really care. I'm going to make this out of conveyors, I think. So there's more of a seal type of thing. And we might make this an elbow. I don't know. I don't like the elbow connection there. It's like they made one a bit bigger than the elbow, so I'm not really sure I'm a fan of that. But we'll leave it for now. They might end up patching that later. And then we'll plug that in there. So we could do this. That's another option. Now, there are a couple of things that I'm going to openly point out that I'm not a fan of with this setup. So feel free to contribute your opinion. Like I said, this is going to be a strange episode because it's basically all dealing with the new updated blocks and, you know, what we have to work with. So there's one big thing I'm not a fan of, and that's the edged corners here. It makes it feel like it's not sealed. I believe the game will still see it as sealed. I'm not as big of a fan, as opposed to this, where it's all nice and snug. So, personally, not too big of a fan of this, but I'll leave it there. And we could always do something like this, where you make it a little bit bigger. Or, I mean, elevated, not bigger, but taller. And, you know, do... Let's see. Do one of these numbers. Except that I can't put a corner in there. That's annoying. You know, so you could always do something like that and make it look a little bit better. Again, not as big of a fan of the cornerless because I can't ever put anything in the corner, which is kind of aggravating. So there's that. Now, I did see in, what was it? I think it was the main tutorial type levels that they've implemented now, where they're using ramps as like a base for the turrets, which is a really interesting idea. So, for example, wow, that's making me go really fast. I need heavy corners. So you could do something to this effect. Maybe, if I can... And these are what, 3x3? I think? Or is it 5? I think it's 5. 5x5, probably. Okay, so you could do something to this effect as well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it this way. We'll see if I'm right. I don't know that I am. So you could do something like this. I don't think I have enough for it to place. Dang nabbit. I'm just trying to give an example. I didn't want to spend a whole episode on this crap. Even though I already said I was going to. It's not the point. I still can't get it to snap where I want it to. That's really aggravating. Because I want it to be... I guess it is kind of where I want it. It's like a half off. So I guess you would put it like that. So I've seen them do stuff like this. And then I guess you could... You still can't really fill in the corner, though. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I like the overall model. I'm not a fan of trying to make it an inset like I'm doing here. So let me know what you guys think about all that. So there are weapon things that we have to work with. These, I think, do the same thing. And the interior turrets... I don't know how these work. I don't know that they've really changed that much. They don't look all that different. They might look different on the new grid. They do. Whoa! Hey, actually, let me try that again. Did it damage the shields? I think it's damaging the shields. That's kind of cool, actually. Anyways, moving on. Don't do that. Don't put weapons on another grid, apparently. So yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff where we've got different things. The only part that concerns me is the lack of different things on the small ship grid. I don't know if that's from my modding or not. It totally could be, and if it is, I might even change it because, like, the doors and stuff, I actually really like the new doors. I'd like to use those. The buttons and all that kind of stuff seem to have held up okay. These are I think the vanilla ones now. Let me try that out, actually. Let's see what the new button panel looks like. There is a small ship version. Single button. I don't know what some of these might be. I think the button panels are all there are for vanilla, so these might have... Well, no. I don't know. So these I like. These look cool. I'm a fan. In fact, I could probably even set this one in here. Let's try that actually on this side. We'll keep our left side kind of or our right side kind of our experimenting one. So if I took that out, I could actually put that there, which would be, you know, your open, close, whatever. That'd be kind of cool. I could... Ooh, now this might be interesting. This might be interesting. Let me try something really quick here. Once again, like I said, weird episode, I know. But it's... I forget that you always have to go from the bottom. This is so finicky sometimes. It never does what I want it to. Okay. So if I put this here... we could do something like this, which is interesting. Now, there's two ways we could handle this. One is to do this and kind of make it flush with the wall. The other... Actually, we could do a little bit of both as well. The other would be to leave a couple spaces like this and then put corner lights in here, like so. And then you could either do, you know, you could either put another one there, or you could leave it open, and then we could just do corner lights like here, and then have one in the middle or something. A couple different ways we could spin that, but I kind of actually like that. I think that looks kind of neat with it recessed into the wall like that. Let me know what you guys think about that. The other way that you could do that, I suppose, is by inverting it, but then the buttons are actually upside down, so the numbers would read upside down, which is a little bit weird. Like, in case you're not quite grasping what I mean. Like, flipping it this way and having this part be recessed like that, and then these buttons are kind of hanging down. But like you can see there, you know, you get... I don't think I can build off of this. Let's see. If we did... So it would probably be about like this high. And then you just have these going across. So it would be kind of like they're hanging down. But again, you know, you can get them from here, but it's like all the numbers are upside down, which is kind of weird. So I think this would probably work the best. But I'm really surprised that with all of the mods that I've used on this build and things, I'm really thinking there's a few blocks like the button panels, the doors. I'm not so sure about the weapons, but the buttons and the doors, and if they'll update them, or if they intend to update them to the small type thing, the gravity generators and stuff like that, batteries. Actually, these are kind of... I have azimuth ones in there, and And I think I had really small ones in the CIC. Or are these about the same? These might be about the same. Nope, definitely not the same. They're slim batteries. Okay, so I might not be able to switch those out. Ooh, and there's the new beacon. I forgot about beacons. Some of the new beacons in there. Again, jump drive I'm not too sure about. They might not have changed anything on that. They may have. And like I said, I would probably change the flight seats to the newer ones if they'll change. So all of that's kind of up in the air. I don't really know if that's my modding fault or if that's their design on small ships. So, again, I know this is a weird episode, kind of apologize for all that, but let me know what you guys think about all these different changes, suggestions. Everything's up in the air at the moment. There are some things, like I'm going to go back through and put the corner lights back, because it's basically the same thing. So all that work that we did in the last couple episodes, that's not moot. I mean, it's not gone. I just have to go back and redo it, because it kind of wiped them. But yeah, so there's all that kind of stuff. Storage we didn't really even get into. But actually, before we wrap things up, let me just clear this hotbar, and we're going to grab a couple of things like refinery, assembler, cryo chamber, medical room. Does the storage... Oh! Wait, that's reactor. Medium. Let's grab medium cargo. Do we have a large one? I don't know if they ever updated that. Oh, there is a large one for small ships. Okay. So we'll grab that. What else? What else? Arc furnace, I don't even think we put in here. Maybe we did. Let's check tanks. So, oxygen tank, hydrogen tank. Let's see what these look like. Okay, that looks cool. I'm a fan. What is that? The hydrogen? This is a weird looking oxygen tank. Oxygen tank looks cool, so we might switch those to vanilla. Pretty much anything I say looks cool is probably what I'm going to change, because I like how they look. We don't have an arc furnace in here. I completely missed that. Is there one for small ships by default, though? Okay, now this is interesting. This says large arc furnace. I'm wondering if that's going to be the new model, but for a small ship, which it kind of looks like. Yeah. So again, that's another one of those that they might not have the updated model on. Containers look cool. That's a medium, looks like. And then... Or wait, is that the small? No, that's medium. Where's small? Did I not grab a small? Small. Oh, they're tiny! They're little containers. So that's the containers. If we can find a way to fit all that in here, we might change them. I like the azimuth ones for storage, though. Medbay doesn't look changed, which makes me wonder if they're going to change it for a small ship or not. Cryo chamber. Unaltered. Assembler unaltered for small ships, it looks like. But let's go take a peek at them on our large grid over here. Okay, so the refineries don't look that different, but they are different. Same with the assembler, I think. Not too crazy, but significant. It does look better. Cryo chambers look a lot better. I love these. These look so cool. If I could get this on a small ship grid, I totally would. Because other than maybe the connection port not working right like it did before. Medbay. We got a cool looking medbay. And what was the other ones? Oxygen tank. I'm wondering if I grabbed... Nope, that's not a modded one. That looks a little bit different. And then hydrogen tanks are huge on the large ship grid. So we're just going to place that on top. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on. But like I said, I think we're going to wrap things up here. Let me know what you guys think about all this stuff, about different blocks, and mainly the kind of thing as far as... oh, and jump drives. I meant to look at jump drives. Mainly the kind of stuff as far as on your worlds and stuff. Are you getting the new looking blocks on a small ship grid, or is that how they're designing things for small, that they haven't updated them, don't intend to, etc., and so on, things like that. I can't find a jump drive. There are way too many here. Vanilla. Just want a vanilla one. Ooh! Okay, yeah, I totally don't have one of those on here. But do they change their... See, they're going back to the old design, I think. Like, those don't look... I can't tell. Are those different? I don't think they're different. They don't look different. I mean, all of their new blocks look significantly different, so I don't think that's a new one. Anyways, we're going to wrap things up here for this episode. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.